Hey everybody, Ben Little here with Ridgeback Customs. Got another quick unboxing video for everybody. This one's going to be from Springfield Leather. It's the last big purchase we have that we were waiting on. Had it in the corner for a while, just haven't gotten around to being able to make a video yet. So Springfield Leather, for those people that aren't familiar with them, based out of Springfield, Missouri, they do a little bit of everything. They have certain items that are stocked for them all the time. They also buy bulk from leftovers from different makers and offer it at a steep discount. They've got everything, man. They've got kangaroo, ostrich, cow, all sorts of tannages and colors and everything. If you were looking for a one-stop shop for leather online, I would go to Springfield Leather. They also offer discounts for small makers like me at a pretty low barrier to entry. So I have an artisan craftsman's license here in South Carolina, which is good enough to qualify for some of their reduced pricing. I mean, it's nothing crazy. It's not like 50% off or anything, but it's 10-20% off on most items. They have their wholesale pricing listed on their website. So that's Springfield Leather. I really like them. If you're into leather craft, into the hobby, go check out what they got. You'll get a real good sense of everything that's out there for the leather world. What we've ordered specifically is the brown espresso latigo leather from them. Latigo leather is what we call combination tanned leather. It goes through a chrome tanning and then it goes through vegetable tanning process. So chrome tanning gives you really good dye penetration, softens up the leather a little bit, and then it goes through a vegetable tanning process that stiffens it back up, gives it a lot more longevity. Usually they wind up adding a lot of oils and waxes back to the tumblers during the final phases of the tanning process, or maybe after the hide's already tanned out, added back to the surface of the leather. So what you get is a really robust, heavy-duty, long-lasting leather with a great feel to it and really good color penetration for the leather. I've used their black latigo before on the previous bags. If you go to our website, www.ridgebackcustoms.com, the duffel bag featured there uses Springfield Leather's black latigo. Again, it just creates a stunning look to it, and it ages very, very well. But just got the one hide. Really looking forward to unboxing it, so let's get into it. Like I said, here's our latigo. Almost the same color as the table it's on. It's a really nice dark color. So right now what I'm checking is just the overall color. I'm taking a look at the B side, the flesh side, just to see what kind of marks are on the hide. I'm also doing a bend on the leather and taking a look at the top side. Some leathers, especially latigos, have pull-up to them, which is the term for bending the hide and getting a lighter color as the dyes and waxes and oils are displaced from that top layer of the leather as it goes into tension. It's a nice feature of some kinds of leathers. A lot of oil tan leathers have that kind of feature. Latigos do sometimes. It looks like this one actually kind of maintains a really nice consistent color even when you bend it completely over, which surprising, kind of nice. So it'll be a nice consistent color that should wear pretty evenly. So a little bit of excessive wrinkling towards the bottom. So this cow were still alive, this would be its spine, this would be its back up here, and then obviously the belly would be down towards this end. In most hides, as you get towards the belly of the animal, the fibers start getting softer, more spread out, not as tightly compact. Which isn't a bad thing, just depends on what you're making the hide out of. So as those fibers get less compacted, there's less strength there, and you tend to get separation from the top layer of the hide from the bottom layer. Not to the point where it's weak or anything, but you seem to get excessive wrinkling. This also kind of dictates how we lay out the hide and what products we make it out of which part of the hide. It's not enough to know what kind of leather it is, how thick it is, what the temper is. The maker also has to know where to put certain layouts and what parts of the hide are good to make certain products out of. So me personally, I would never make a belt out of the belly of a cow. The fibers are just too spread out for my taste. You're kind of compromised on strength on that belt. I always make my straps and the heavy use stuff out of the top of the animal, out of the spine. The A side, so that's the A side checked. Realistically, nothing jumps out at me as being any sort of problem, which is not surprising. I love this stuff. I've ordered their latigo, not this color, but this type of leather from them multiple times. I'm very happy with it. I love it. It works perfect for the duffels that we make and some of the heavier duty goods. It also makes really good knife sheaths because the edges will still take a burnish. You can get a really nice clean edge on multiple stacks of leather. So that's the A side checked. We're going to check the B side now, see if there's any sort of scars or marks that we see. So let's get this thing flipped around. I actually really like that B side, that color. I pull up. It's marked. It's rugged. It looks pre-aged. I'm tempted to make the duffel out of the B side. So looking at the B side, nothing really jumping out at me. Some marks. It's easier to see the marks on the hide, especially on something that's dark dyed, like really dark, black, dark browns. It can be really hard to see some of the imperfections, some of the weaker spots of the leather, just because there's always weaker spots of the leather. But if you switch to the B side, you can see where those cuts, those marks, those stretch marks kind of come through on the opposite side, and you can make a better assessment, and you're able to see marks or problems with the hide a lot easier. Again, beautiful stuff. I love it. There's nothing in here that's going to make any part of the hide unusable, in my opinion. When we start laying it out, we take closer looks at the parts that we cut out. We always double inspect them, make sure that there's nothing wrong with that part or that cut out portion. But again, this whole hide's going to be usable for me. About the only thing I usually lose is the bottoms. So I'm going to take some still photos because I don't think you can see this on camera. So I'm going to take some still photos and show those in there, kind of overlay them to show what I'm talking about with the wrinkles and basically the structural integrity of the leather for the stomach versus the spine. You can really get a sense for where we do with that. I actually don't know what to do with this stuff more often than not. Some projects it works well for, more or less it winds up being utility leather. I use it for interspersing layers, for like the welts of holsters and sheaths. Sometimes it's good sacrificial leather on a pounding board or a sewing board. So if I'm punching holes for leather, usually I use this leftover scrap on the underside to make sure that I don't damage the tool, so it doesn't punch all the way through and hit like an MDF board or something like that and dull the tool prematurely. So everything gets used, it just doesn't usually make its way into a project. This hide itself is actually going to be used to make one of our timeless duffels. You can see that duffel, that design on the website, again, www.ridgebackcustoms.com. Check that thing out. We're going to be doing a feature video on that product to show you guys what it is, how it's constructed, give you a little bit of history on the bag, which is really interesting, that kind of inspired that design. And I'll be doing a build along video with this exact hide, showing every step of the process that goes into that. The short version is every single bag is made from an entire side of leather, whether it's latigo or tooling leather or whatever the case may be, made from the same hide. It's all cut at the same time and it's all assembled all together. Those bags are damn near bulletproof. They're some of the coolest things that I make. So if you're in the market and you're getting this video early, hey man, get your name on the list. We've got a couple more videos planned, build along video for this duffel as we go ahead and get that made. And then we've got a couple of product feature videos. Again, our handmade beer holsters here. I'm going to be doing a product video showing the features of that design coming up very soon. And we're going to be doing a history of the duffel here, how this design came to be, and show you some of the features of it and why, what makes the design unique, why it's designed to last for decades, and just give you a closer view of that product. So as always, thank you for watching. Again, like, comment, subscribe. And hopefully have some more content for you here shortly. All right, appreciate it.